Welcome to episode 63 of our Hobo To Hero Football Manager series. Still stuck with Sarawak United FC. That said, it doesn't exactly feel like we're stuck here. Considering we are number one in the league right now. We are still expected to get relegated. But I think that the board just revamped their expectations, if I'm not entirely mistaken. They only expect the team to end up finishing in the top half of the table. Cool. So, yeah. This episode, though, will most likely feature the match against Sabah. Sabah is one of our historic rivals, I guess the only one. So, well, the hope is that we can basically replicate the performance of last match. Elbug Chagtsel. Chagtsel. Well, this is not the first season, no. I think this is the... Oh, in the third? I don't know, it's 2026. Let me have a look. I'm really bad at math. We are... In the third? We took him here. No, this is the second one. We took over here, we got them non-relegated, we got them promoted. We played one season, finished 10th, and now we are top of the league, funnily enough. Also, welcome back to the stream, John. Just putting that out there. No, we are doing fairly well, I would argue. And just because you probably missed it, I will show you a teeny tiny thing that happened last time. We were playing Kuching, our local city rival. So I just want you to watch the goals and maybe you can notice the goal scorer. So that was a great start in minute 15 by Elbug Chagtsel. I mispronounced him for like 60 episodes now. Nice one too. So I guess that can happen, right? Minute 38, header straight into the back of the net. Hat-trick completed in 38 minutes, no problem. He considers that not enough, so he had a fourth. And that last goal didn't count for him. Just want to put that out there. Look at that shot. It deflected off the defender Mat Said. So Mat Said actually he went to the protocol here as the goal scorer. It was an own goal, but really, realistically speaking, Elbug Chagtsel scored 5 times against the local rival. That was straight after the match prior to that, in which he had a hat-trick too. So I guess he's in like an appropriate form, I would argue. And for today, I'm hoping that this will continue. So I do not expect much. Maybe another hat-trick or something. Not much else. Yeah. Sabah, though, very different club. And funnily enough, they are second in the league now. So this is a grudge match. This is a match for the top of the league, which I did not expect either of these two clubs to be in at any point. And, well... I guess it will also be really hard for Elbug. Fuck off! That's not funny. Not funny at all. No, he will not tear anything. In fact, thank you very much for reminding me. We will maybe... How long is it? There's team tactics and match... And match tactics and team bonding tomorrow. He won't tear anything. He'll be fine. No use talking to any of the players. I think they are all more or less happy. There is one exception. I just want to put that out there. Where is it? Happiness here. So Shane Thomas Baru is still pissed with the training. I have no idea why. He's the only one. I guess he will always be annoyed if we do not do overall training all the time. So, I don't know, now he wants more technical attacking training. True. So, I might as well go there right now. I want to state a public apology here from my side to the real person if they ever watch this, and also to all of you, but primarily to the real person. So I don't speak any Chinese. I can't pronounce the name in Chinese. The way it is said, put here is, his name is Elbug Chagtsel. I always pronounced it Elbug Chagtsel, which is totally wrong. I basically, I mixed up the T and the S for like 50 out of 60 episodes or something. So I will probably continue to mispronounce this. But yeah, just want to put that out there. Anyway, really happy to have him, and he scored 10 goals in 9 matches now for us. Out of these 10 goals, though, 7 were scored in the last 2 matches. And also there's a cup game missing. I think he scored there too. So overall, I'm quite happy with him. Maybe let's have a look here. Never mind, he didn't score in that cup match. But yeah, 2 10.0 ratings, last 2 matches. Funnily enough, I do not disagree. So we just keep it going, I guess. I'm not sure what he does in real life these days. Is he under contract at all? Still for Xinjiang Tianshan. Okay. Well, apparently he now leads the Liga Superstars. To be fair, this is highly deserved. Yeah, and his form probably won't get any better anytime soon. But I had a look at the report of our coaching staff, which is bare bones to say the least. They great. Yet another record. But they do not expect him to get any better anytime soon. And looking at this overall, so we play him as a pressing forward on defense right now. I do not expect him to improve much. That said, as long as he plays like this, I don't care. So this is an appropriate skill level. I'm okay with that. And he's 26, so he has a few years to go. If only all of the other players would play like this. Alright, let's have a look at Sabah. So we do not have a performance analyst, sadly. Can't afford one. Sabah, though, are a very different kind in comparison to Kushing. This is way better. Goalkeeper lacks reflexes. I don't know. I don't think so. He's bad at communication. Bad positioning. The rest of it is rather decent. 9 appearances, 9 conceded. Well, hopes are that we can maybe help him conceding a few more. What else is there to say? Very good free kicks, good bravery, good strength. Central defender actually can jump. In fact, this is good material, I would say. 19 points of jumping reach. Holy shit. We cannot give away free kicks. So definitely no floated crosses this time. That said, Gabriel Perez, for example, is rather slow. So there is a chance that Elbug might just run past him or anyone else. Knocks the ball past the opponent, runs off, and blah blah. We'll see. Alright. I need to do a short break, and afterwards we will continue looking at the squad. Maybe we can come up with a tactical approach for the next match. BRB. So, what's there to say about weaknesses? This person is struggling for form. That's a very good finisher. And a decent poacher overall. Struggling for form. 7.23. Okay, so apparently he got shut down recently. Alright. 7 out of 18 assists conceded in the last 20 matches have come from just outside the area, so... Do they play some sort of possession-based football? No, sorry, misphrased that. Do the opponents play some possession-based football, pass the ball around and apparently get the assists outside the area? Or is this some sort of counter-attacking situation? The manager does like to play tiki-taka in a 4-4-2. Guess the next question is, so it's our pitch. They would need to play their 4-4-2 tiki-taka stuff at our place. Well... Tactically though it says positive. Alright. And we do know that 2 of these players are hurt. He probably won't come back anytime soon. Neither will he. Are these important? Don't think so. I guess I'm happy that he doesn't play. Most likely. So it's really hard to determine how their 4-4-2 works from this. That said, we know that they had a 3-3 draw against Kuala Lumpur recently, which is an unlikely result, I might add. And I think I'm gonna go there. I want to watch the goals. I want to find out how, well, actually both directions. So feel free to comment. We want to know how can we hit Sabah and how did Sabah score so we can avoid it. Alright? And we try to deduct this from this match. So let's see. If Kuala Lumpur can do it, we might as well. So Kuala Lumpur are in white. This is... yeah. So that's considered to be a long shot, I guess, but within the penalty area, they passed the ball around. The way they conceded was similar, probably a long shot now. Yeah. Krasniki. Okay, interesting. Second goal conceded by Kuala Lumpur was after a header? No, it wasn't. It's another long shot, isn't it? Wow, this Krasniki person, 2 goals in 1 match via long shot. Seems so. This cross obviously will go here, but I found it interesting that there's 3 people in the penalty area here, whilst Krasniki Safari, whatever, Safari actually, and Abdullah, they tend to be, well, outside the penalty area. Nobody follows. So, as a result, overloading the defensive line worked here. So, the 4-4-2 in this positive interpretation is prone to not following through. Nice. Okay, again within the penalty area. So Kuala Lumpur City scored all three from inside the penalty area. And that's because... You gotta be kidding me. This Krasniki person scored a hat-trick last time. So we need to make sure he doesn't play. Or not for long, right? Let me have a look at this guy. His long shots is 8. I mean, I guess he's tall. Okay, I saw that on the pitch. Has a good pass, has good vision. This guy needs to be shut down. So we need to mark him tightly or something. Bravery's high, dribbling's high. First touch is good. Best thing I can do is mark him as tightly as possible. That said, against us, they would face Zakaria in this position. So chances are Zakaria would at least challenge him a little bit. And we do expect Krasniki. What does the report say? Report also says Krasniki. Yeah. So we try to mark him tightly. This guy, he's the better one of the two. From the perspective of long shots, funnily enough. Still, we try to mark them both out of the game. I guess that's the approach for now. And patient build-up play and passing, so there's not much of a surprise there. Anything else you noticed? About the width, maybe? I didn't really look at that. I should have, shouldn't I? Let's go back to this again. Yeah, it's maybe overdoing it a little bit, but I want to find out how wide do the players stand on the pitch. So this seems fairly narrow here. There's a set piece, or no, it wasn't derived from a set piece. Still, look at that. There's nobody out here. So they played a fairly narrow approach against Sabah, and Sabah themselves also. They seem to stand fairly narrow. On the attacking side, again, there's no winger out here, so seems to be mostly in the middle of the pitch. That is needed with a 4-4-2, because otherwise there will be a lot of open space, as you see here. Alright, so we expect to face a narrow setup. This is ways out. He drifts inwards. And again here, fairly narrow setup in the goal scoring situation. And he hits the back of the net. Alright, let's not continue watching this. So, chances are we will need to play in a fairly narrow formation. Just to make sure that we get access to them in a pressing situation. Funnily enough, I watched a video about this recently. I even shared it with Mies. So, we need to do our defending in the middle of the pitch, more or less. If that doesn't work, well, if they are on the wing, we will just show them to the inside, which we do anyway. So we try to trap them on the inside due to that one additional player. And also, Elbug is probably, he participates in defensive situations. So that's appropriate. The only thing I would change is probably the attacking width here. We'll take that down to narrow. Keep on training like this for the remainder of the week. And that's it. Somebody needs to remind me to put that back though. Yeah. So that's what I can come up with right now. It seems like they have good player material though. That said, we have, I guess, a really good mood. What's with him? Doesn't really improve much, we barely play him. I think once the transfer window opens, we will just loan him out again. It needs to be done. We need that money. The under 19 also plays Sabah. Huh. Savala's trial comes to an end. Not really interested in signing him anymore. We have enough players like this. Is he on a shortlist? Yes, he is. So, we'll continue like this. That's fine. This is not. Alright, short break and we'll see how it continues. Oh, alright. So, there's a recruitment meeting coming up. I guess we will need to have a look at that. With the director of football, the president, and the director. Okay. Let's attend this. So, in goal, we are more or less okay. I think it could be way worse. Don't really see any need to change any of this. Sure, I would like Mod Jalil to be a little bit better, but maybe we'll play him in one of these matches in the future. Not in the next one, though. Nizam's still on the shortlist here. To replace, well, the problem with Yilma really is his nationality. So I guess to replace Badrul Hisham. Nizam, though, is under contract these days. Till the end of 2026. If they want to keep him. Mendruk, unlikely. The only issue here with the entire situation is the fact that Badrul Hisham is not on a real contract. I don't like that. Then again, he wanted too much money, and I'm not sure if he's worth the amount. So, generally speaking, I think I would prefer to replace him at some point. He's also not the youngest guy. But it's not a pressing concern. It's just something that needs to be done long term. Central defenders are more or less fine. We could do with a replacement, for example, for Fakrullah or, I don't know, Carrier. But overall, I'm happy with the setup here. In particular, I'm quite happy with Mahazir. I think this has been a really good transfer. We got lucky with that one. For now. And on the left side, there's Mazrin Singh and Kamarudin. I think this will work. For now. And he will come in. He doesn't belong there, though. So, not much to do. Mendruk will be gone. Mahazir can do defensive midfield, though. So, if worst comes to it, we can replace the captain with Mahazir. Don't think there's much we need to do there. Assuming we find some sort of talented youngster that is professional or anything. Basically, it's Zakaria 2.0. I would go for that. Alternatively... No, not really. But any defensive-minded player that could do halfback or maybe ball-winning midfielder or something like this, I would go with that, yeah. That would be interesting. The playmakerish roles, so I think Ankun as well as McManamy have their problems, but it is a question of the money, I guess. And the box-to-box midfielder role, there's no replacement for Diego. Again, this is about the money. That said, I think Ahmad in general belongs more in a playmakerish role. So I would prefer for him not to be forced to play box-to-box all the time. He is a good passer though. And that showed up until now. And, well, Vandlal Pekka good does improve, finally. But I do not consider him to be a midfielder anytime soon. He's, I don't know, he's the most likely thing is he's a runner on the wings or something. And then striker position, obviously we could do with a replacement for Chagtsel, but I'm not sure just yet if we will get there. This, for example, isn't bad. He's on trial with us. Problem is, well, he's a mercenary. So, not really happy with that perspective. Is there anything we need to do? Not really. Let's have a look at the expiring contracts. So, Ankun expires, Baru expires, Chinsu Sum, there might be clauses in like 80% of these though. Well, holy shit. Okay, so the problem with Ankun's contract really is the clauses. The bonuses here. Not the clauses, the bonuses. It would make sense to extend this, and it would make sense to get rid of these bonuses. In Baru's case, I think Baru's contract will extend once he plays a certain number of matches. That will happen by itself. I do not want to extend this otherwise for increased wages. Maybe to get rid of the assist bonus. There is a talk to be had there. Chinsu Sum, funnily enough, I think doesn't get paid much. Has no clause. Contract runs out. The question is, do we want to keep him? And we should determine most of these prior to the transfer window opening. So it makes sense that we deal with this now. I guess I'm asking for opinions. So basically Mises, according to my chat overview right now. What do you think? Anyone that definitely needs a new contract, or well, what would you argue as the #1 priority here? What is it? I'm about to grab a Coke. It's not Coke. It says river, whatever that means. You want to find out if I want to extend his contract? Ah. He's not here for that long just yet. I'm not sure if we need to resign him immediately. Depends. If we can get him for example, a lower wage, so the minimum is 70 there, then that could be worth it. No, I'm more interested in well, I'm not that aware of how Chinese names sound, other than I don't know, I guess Chinsiusum or whatever. Yeah. I will not name him that way though. So let's tackle this from the wage side actually. Harsh Singh. Alright. Alright. Good luck. Harsh Singh is on the youth contract that runs out. And I have a hard time figuring out if I want to keep him at all. He barely plays on the left side. If he did, probably not the worst idea, but he's not good enough really. The physicals though are fine. The rest of it, not so much. Barely plays. I think this is a case of, well, we have a replacement for him for this season, Kamarudin. That's a case of loan him out, I think. I have discussed the issue with Singh. I don't think so. But sure. So let's see, we loan him out. We want, I don't know, 500 euros for him. That will not happen, but again, we'll try. We'll try to loan him away. Mahasir is really important. That said, I think his contract will extend itself, so that's totally fine. Alright, let's do this contract negotiation. There will be a break that runs alongside it. But yeah. We will try to extend the contract of Mahasir now. What's his current contract? Squad player, and he expects to be regular starter. I think this is fair, to be honest. Sadly, he's prone to injury. Yeah, that's a very easy one. Like, I definitely love this. He earns 50 right now. So, given that he earns 50 right now, I will try to start with 45. None of this. What about current bonuses? 9 euros appearance fee. We'll get rid of all of these. In particular, the wage raise. I cannot do that. And is there a clause right now? There's a clause to extend it after some amount of games. He's definitely material for that amount of money that I would also want to have in the league below, so no problems. Oh, it's too far away. Right. So we'll offer 50. He gets 15 appearance fee. We do get a clean sheet bonus for him. Unused substitute fee, sure, let's make it 9 too. I will get rid of the yearly wage raise. I will include that 1 year extension. And he can have 200 here. I want to get this contract done. I'm not sure if he will accept this due to the low base wage, but we're trying to gamble here. Alright, didn't work. So that's on the to-do list. Mahazir's contract needs to be extended. Carrier. The carrier situation is different in that he played 4 matches so far. He is considered to be a squad player. I guess that works, but I would like to reduce his wage a little bit, and, well, frankly, his contract is fine as it is. And if somebody comes and wants to buy him, I wouldn't bite their hands off necessarily. I would be open for business, maybe. As it says here, he has enough time on the current contract. Ilma. It says we should trigger a clause to extend his contract. Don't think we need to. We'll wait. Magnanimity, same situation. He barely plays. I guess my concern with Magnanimity is that his attributes do not really fit the playmakerish role that we were trying to get out of him. In fact, I would argue this is, well, his balance is bad. But he's a decent jumper or something. I don't know how to use this, really. Probably in a more defensive manner, but then again, tactically as well as technically, he doesn't really know how to do that. I think this is really hard. Balance of 2, though, this cannot stand. There's central midfielder on attack, maybe, but don't know. So I like the player. Just don't want to extend his contract just yet. Van Lal Pekka Guit, well. So he is young. There's a bunch of his, of bonuses here. So assuming we get rid of these bonuses, I want maybe we can also reduce the base wage. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Then I would be happy extending his contract. That said, there's no clause or anything. So maybe that's an idea. What's his current? He's considered to be a breakthrough prospect, so that didn't change really. We'll keep it like that. He's very prone to injury though, so gotta be careful not to waste too much money on him. He earns 75 right now. So we started in a conversation with 70, I think. This needs to go away. I'm happy to provide these bonuses. They are way lower than what he earns right now. And I'm happy to pay the loyalty bonus. No problem. Also, an additional clause maybe after some league games would be appropriate, but I don't want to include that right now. Let's see. Yeah, we will get him down to 70, won't we? Maybe give him 15 for an assist. Increase this a little bit. Nearly there, he says. Okay. Well, in that case, let's make it 220. Easy. Alright, so we try to reduce some of these bonuses now. That will reduce his wage by 5 euros a week plus any bonuses, which is very good from my perspective. If we were to get relegated, we would want to keep him for that wage too. Oh no, never mind. So only if we avoid relegation, we would happy to keep him because he's a foreign player. Otherwise, we do not necessarily need to extend his contract. So that's fine for him. Let's try to reduce this a little bit. Does he care at all? No, he doesn't. Great. I think he's just happy to play football at all. Alright, he wants 15 here. This is still way better than his current contract. It runs an additional year, has an extension clause. I'm happy with this. For that amount of money, even though he's very prone to injury. I think there's not much wrong with this. And we will put in a relegation wage drop clause, maybe 5% is something too. So, assuming we get relegated and his contract does still run, that would be this season basically. And this is why he doesn't care. Because he wouldn't be able to play down there anyway. But it's still included, so whatever. Baru. Well, it says he doesn't have the ability. He's also unhappy with training, sadly enough. I do think he does get it, though. The ability. But really slowly. And he has been hurt from time to time. There is a history of injuries with him. He would like to stay, but he wants between 120 and 150. The assist bonus there, though, this is annoying. So for now, it's 2.5% of the club's wage bill. If we can keep it in that area, it would be okay. The contract would get extended after avoiding relegation this season. He did make these 5 matches. So I guess the question is, do we want to keep these conditions or do we want to have something else, maybe for 90 or 95? For now, he is considered to be what? Emergency backup. We do play him like a squad player though, so this is okay. Can definitely live with that. And he wants 150 and that's too much for my taste. That said, that big bonus is gone. So that would be better. Say we start with 100. Happy to have all of that. Well, he won't accept it. So we will improve this a little bit with a bigger loyalty bonus. Keep that in. Maybe 110. We do not need to find a replacement after all, so I'm okay with spending some money on this. That's not enough though. 120 for Shane Thomas Baru? Well, I will insist though. Doesn't work. Alright, short break. and then we'll do Christopher. Roughly speaking, Christopher and Baru are very similar player types. Christopher is overall the better player. I think that's a fair assessment. Both are 25 years old. Christopher plays on the left wing, Baru plays on the right. I do not see much of a problem with Christopher. In his role as an inverted winger on attack though, looking at this, I guess the biggest detriment is the lack of stamina, vision, balance, and the lack of a long shot. That said, retraining him, for example, for the right wing would totally work. Like, it's totally fine. I do not see big deficits here. And even though it says he's a good player for most Liga M3 sides, I think he's just fine for our league. 1 goal, 1 assist, I can live with that. He's also prone to injury, I think. Doesn't show here. But if I recall correctly, he's prone to injury somewhat. Or not, never mind. So at least not since he joined. Not sure. I might have mistaken him for somebody else in that case. So, yeah. The only question is, does he bring it on to the pitch? Well, he relishes big matches and he's fairly consistent, so I think there's not much of a reason not to extend him. It says here he would get his contract extended for 90. Well, basically if he makes an additional appearance, because we will avoid relegation. That's a no-brainer at this point. We're in the top spot in the league. So I will still try to offer a new contract to him. Maybe 400 up until 120. I'm okay with that. He would like to be regular starter. Right now he is squad player. I think he ran away from Harsey, who's his direct opposition in this position. Where the hell is Harsey? Here. So Harsey's even better. But Harsey's more of an attacking player, a little bit. I do not have much of a problem with Harsey other than this. This is a bit of a problem. Still, he's bound to the club till 2027. So I guess I can happily extend his contract, but maybe not for regular starter, but for squad player. I think that's all I can offer right now. He's not fully convinced. And now, well, yes, that's to be expected. So we give him a 3-year contract for, say, what does he earn right now? Might as well have a look. Earns 90 right now. So we give him a 3-year contract, say it's for 92. That's promising, he says. He wants bonuses, we offered 90. That's easy. Sure. So we get rid of these bonuses, don't want to pay them. We offer 85, instead he gets a loyalty bonus to 50, because that can be reduced later on. We do slap on this clause and maybe this. He's pleased that we've almost reached a deal. So we'll do 90 to 250, we'll leave these bonuses in, this is okay. I'm fine with this. That's basically extending his contract for nothing, right? Yeah, that would be very similar. Alright. He accepts his current wage for an extended contract, this is perfect. I have no doubts about that, this is alright. Well, I would obviously prefer a player with a better personality in this position. He's balanced after all. but there's not much of an issue with his level of training or anything. So I think this is reasonable business. I don't know, maybe we get somebody else, but he's also a local player, like he's Malay. He has the nationality that is very important for us. Now we get rid of this. Does he insist at all? He won't, will he? Doesn't. No, he doesn't insist on any of this. And we will also include a top division relegation wage drop. They don't care because they don't think we will get relegated anytime soon. This is very interesting. This clause might trigger within the next... Well, okay. Does care somewhat. It might trigger in the next few years at some point. Alright. So that supposedly extends his contract for Nani. Shin Soo-sum. This is a hard one. I suspect... Yeah. So first of all, he has an agent. Second of all, his contract runs out at the end of the season. Third of all, he's highly susceptible to injury, but then again, his performances in matches so far have been outstanding. So, this is the backup goalkeeper. And I'm seriously considering increasing his wage and making him the first goalkeeper. And he's way worse than Mochali in some areas. Guts. I don't know what to say. So at least on paper, Mochali is way better. And Shin Soo-sum shouldn't be in the goal. Problem is, it's on the pitch that counts, and on the pitch, Shin Soo-sum has been way better. So what do I do with this? I mean, I guess we could leave it running until the end of the season. Try to find a solution then, at the risk of losing him. Because there's always the problem that he is a foreign player. Then again, out of all of the foreign players, he's one of the better ones. But maybe we will find another goalkeeper. He does come with the added benefit of being a fairly professional guy though. Also level-headed. There's no problem with that. I think I will try to resolve this now. Yeah. So, he will expect to start a majority of the club's most important matches, so he wants to be primary goalkeeper at this point. So, I don't know. It's not so much about the money though. On the other hand, it is about the money. Because it's about the money, well, the combination of money and skill. And his skill is somewhat... Don't know. Is this a negotiation that I would take part in? Unlikely. Let's see. Maybe he's interested in doing this for lower terms. Well, less of a wage. He wants to be first choice goalkeeper though. So we try to go with backup anyway. No, he's not fully convinced. And he wants 170 and I don't want to pay that. Not for a backup. So he is important to me, but I'd rather walk away from this. I'll wait until the end of the season. Maybe we can get him for lower wages. Alright. Let's include another one of these breaks and I will try to have a look at Masrin in the meantime. So, Masrin overall plays the majority of the matches. There's not much to say here. It's not that impressive, but he's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's a valuable member of the squad, and for, let's say, 100 to 150, maybe he's fine. His contract will get extended anyway. That said, I would be willing to pay a premium on the wage just to get rid of this bunch of bonuses. So I think there's definitely some interest in extending this, as long as he doesn't want 250. He wants 300 to 350. And that's too much. Like the more important player, I guess I wouldn't say star player, but a little bit less. Important player would be fine. Short contract like this is not a problem. He's asking for too much money. $275 to $350. So this guy hates me anyway. Let's try to get in there. It says fringe player here according to our staff. Not sure if I want to do that. No, I don't. I don't. For 325, that's above the maximum that we can pay for a player of this importance. I'll walk away from this. Which leaves me with Norman Ankun. So, my biggest concern with Norman Ankun is not the contract that runs out, it's the bonuses. I would, to be honest, I would be willing to part with him. And this goes down to Zakaria being around. Parting with the vice captain and also the leader of the squad in favor of a youngster that is the actual captain in the future. And, well, I think that's due to the fact that Ankun's playmakerish profile doesn't really fit what I expect. He's fast. Then again, technically speaking, he's not really one to play on the wing either. So I have my doubts about his usefulness in the squad overall, even though he had some, he had some good performances recently. But I don't want to have my eyes clouded. I think he's one of those that might be needed to be sold. And this is unpopular, obviously, with the supporters as well as most likely with the supporters of this stream. But I think we will find a replacement for him somehow. He's also, there will not be any additional value generated from him. And as a team leader, he is not a good influence. He's level-headed, but that's about it. So I'll skip that. We don't have that money. Don't want to do it. He's listed, I did that right now. Recruitment focuses, no, I don't want to scout specifically for a right attacking midfielder on a right or a goalkeeper. I'm okay in both positions. Alright. So much for contracts. We did offer a few. And preferably those that are rather cheap. Or do get even cheaper. Okay, so the agent is following up. He still wants to extend the contract. I'll discuss this. Oh, so what is he then? Let me read this. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, then won't help me pronouncing it correctly though. Mongolian. Oh. Okay. So it's I guess politically speaking, it's a complicated situation, at least if you are Chinese or have their perspective. All right. So yeah, in Football Manager, that counts as Chinese, and that's it. What do we do with this? Is it about the playing time? Not really. It's about the amount of money for the playing time. I'm just not willing to take that much of a risk on him. It's also very susceptible to injury. Yeah, but that's not much. He does want to play more matches. Okay. Elibug Chagtsel. That's even more of a tongue breaker. But thank you very much for all of the research. That's great. So, Araf Zavala leaves. Is there anything that we need to do here? Ankun does train as a DLP in midfield. This is fine. This is fine. Batrul Hisham does do wingback on support. No, he doesn't. That's a problem, so we will put that on support in the hopes that it helps. Then we will need to talk to the players, and then we will do our grudge match against Sabah FC. Thiago will also retire. Just like Thomas Tuchel in real life, most likely at the end of the season at Bayern Munich. Alright, that was quite amusing to me. You lose 3 matches, immediately they, well, I guess losing with Bayern Munich. They can't stand that. What else is it? Given that we are both not exactly fond of Bayern Munich, we might as well talk a little bit about it. Give me a second. Yeah. Yeah, I guess dressing room, yes. That might be a thing, yes. But what do I know? I'm like I can't look into the dressing room at Bayern Munich, so it might be a thing. All right, Van Pekka Guid extended his contract, and Mod Ishak played really well. So I just got to do a thing for a second. I will slap in a 1-minute break here, and then we'll do the match. Well, pretty soon. See you on the other side. Perfect. Straight back for the saving dialogue. So, one match against a local rival coming up. Well, it's not local. Against, I guess it's somewhat local. Against our Eastern Borneo rival. We had a loss of 26k this month. This is bad. It's not that bad though. We'll make do with what we have. So, let's talk about training. Maharzio continues to train really well. I don't know if I want to put him on a specific training. It says here heading and bravery. Sure. On the other hand, he does improve overall. I don't want to overdo it. Don't want to hurt the player. Christopher, same. Zakaria, that is to be expected at this point in his case. Elbug, not much of a concern here. Hopefully he can get an additional performance like the last one. That's really great. The good part about having an agent is that our personal relationship doesn't seem to be affected so far. So I'm hoping that we will find a solution with Jinseo soon. That or we find another #1 goalkeeper. Ahmad trains well. Alright. Well, this is somewhat new to me. I mean, I guess I know that he does train well, but he will not replace Diego anytime soon. Not yet. Ankun. I did not want to extend his contract. He does train well though. As does Mazrin. Similar contract situation. So Mazrin as well as Ankun are interesting. In particular, Mazrin wants like 350 euros a week. I can't even offer him that amount of money. So I have a hard time figuring out how to deal with that. We would need a replacement for the left back. He just extended his contract. Hopefully he will make up on his good potential now. Carrier, not. We have some time with that. Contract runs out at the end of the season, and then there's a bunch of players that didn't train really well, but okay-ish. Don't want to talk to them about it. And now we will probably comment on the performances in the last match too, and maybe about the form, the form here and there. So don't care much about this. Yilma is more ambitious now, more adaptable, more determined, and a little more controversial. That's not bad though. Little more ambitious in particular, he's still considered to be unambitious. So that helps. Sure. His overall character improved a little bit. And I can't even pronounce that. What happened to him? More ambitious and less likely to bring controversy to the club, which is great. Still considered to be fairly loyal and level-headed. For some reason, Elbug Chagtsel scoop up the award of the Player of the Month. Will we congratulate him? No, we won't. He's in perfect morale. I won't touch him. He dedicated his award to us. It's us, obviously, not me. It's us. We decided to play him as a defensive forward, and everybody was in favor, so it's dedicated to us. Also, this is a blatant lie, but anyway, happy with it. He also gets the goal of the month. Let's watch this goal. Let me, well, it will probably not be the long shot. That was the best one though. It's a free kick. I'm not sure if this is the best one though. That was against Kuala Lumpur Rovers. Okay. And, well, Mazrin and Elbug are in the team of the month, unsurprisingly. Nice. Quite happy with this. Diego's training rating isn't great. I guess that's just the way it is. We might be able to loan him out again. So, the Ankun situation as well as the Diego situation, I'm basically considering replacing midfield overall and also reshaping the tactical structure. That's a funny thing to say given that we are #1 in the league, but it is still the reality. And I think neither Ankun nor Diego are a very good influence on the rest of the squad. Looking at their personalities, this is balanced and level-headed, yeah. And Diego, I think, well, Diego is considered to be balanced, but we had problems in the past. He's media-friendly. Not sure if I want to keep him overall. We did extend his contract to get rid of a bunch of clauses, though. Bonuses, sorry. So, yeah. We are really hoping that somebody comes and offers money for him. That would be fantastic. I would part with him, yeah. Probably without any second thoughts. That said, we need a replacement, obviously. So it might come at a detriment of short-term performance, which is not that important anyway. Like, on the other hand, we might make it to the Asian Champions League, given the current position, right? So why not be ambitious? Okay. We will go to this tactical meeting immediately. That said, let's have a look at their performance in the last match. 30 out of 30 passes, saved both. Fantastic performance as a goalkeeper. No problem whatsoever. Christopher did play, had an assist. I'm happy with that. But I will go with the box standard stuff. 4 out of 4 tackles. That happens if you tell him to ease off tackles because he's bad at it. And as a result, he picks his timing just right. And this is what's going on. Da Costa Lima didn't make an appearance. Diego did. Came off in minute 80. 2 out of 2 tackles. Didn't create that many chances. But we will just praise the tackles. Same situation here. I took him off due to the yellow card, most likely. I have my doubts overall, but I can't really do much about it. Form 6.9 something is not bad either. Elbug, he's in perfect morale. And if he continues to play like this, I don't care about the performance of the rest of the squad, most likely. So somebody does give the assists though, and it probably won't be the opposition. Oh, not much to say here. I could obviously praise his match or anything, but doesn't matter. Fakrula. So the defensive performance in the last match overall was fine. I think praising him too much might not work. We can praise his conduct though, and maybe the rating overall. 6.94 is not that impressive though. So I'm doubtful about praising his defensive performance overall. 2 interceptions, 1 out of 2 headers won. 2 shots not on target. That doesn't say my defensive performance is great and the attacking one neither. Passing 46 out of, I don't know. I guess that's fine, but I'd rather not. I'd rather go into the match with a little bit less morale. This overall is okay-ish. Not that impressive though. And he doesn't play in the last didn't play in the last match. RC did. Made an appearance, didn't really create much. He played as a pressing forward though, so he was just basically we gave him some minutes on the pitch. Doesn't matter much. Kamarudin did play for 30 minutes, didn't create anything. Game was done at this point, but I will criticize him for not creating additional chances. Elbug could have scored a 5th. Like, actually, one that counts as a 5th. So he needs to be more creative. We will go with that. And I will consider praising his conduct, I think. That's fine. Next one. Carrier didn't play. Mahazer did. And Mahazer's performance overall is great. I would argue that 1 interception isn't that good. Tackling isn't that good. I will praise the passing. 50 out of 54 is alright. Where is it? So, given that he has 1 point of passing, that's really impressive. Mazrin did create a chance, had an assist. 3 out of 4 tackles. The passing is fine too. I think I'll praise the passing here. Alright. And we will praise his conduct too, because we can. Next up is McManamy. 2 out of 2 tackles. He made it to the pitch for 30 minutes. We will praise the conduct first because there's not much else to say here. And, well, the 2 tackles, I guess. That said, didn't create a single chance. Rating is 6.8. So we'll criticize just that. There you go. Mendruk came on in minute 60. Didn't create any chances. This counts as a midfielder position, so we will warn him about that. Right. That said, he didn't get a single yellow card throughout the entirety of the season so far, so I'm happy with that. Mochalil didn't play. Neither did Singh, Yilma. Zakaria did. Came off in minute 60. Didn't have a great match, to be honest. I expect more, but then again, he's 17 years old, so whatever. Let him have some time. His passing overall was fine though. So, for the possession passes and so on, this is alright. And that's all I can say here. Amat. Peril Amat. Not to be confused with the other one. So this is the midfielder. 1 shot, 1 on target, didn't create much. We'll warn him about a lack of creativity, I think. Yeah, his 1 tackle, I guess, is a positive. So, that was fine. Well done, sir. Also, your conduct is top-notch. Same as Ankun's. Alright, he's in perfect mood anyway. Badrul Hisham, 7.8. Funnily enough, he didn't get an assist. I have no idea why. From these, well, from that performance, I think we can deduct that he's playing pretty well. Yeah, not doing anything else here. He had a yellow card, so no praise in the conduct, and his passing is alright and so on, but I can't really criticize anything here. Shane Thomas Baru had an assist. We will praise the tackles though, that's the easy way, because he won't complain. 2 out of 2 were successful, last 5 matches no yellow cards, so that's positive, Baru. And his form overall is 7.04, I will not touch that. Jin Seo Sum is where we started. So, is there anyone left? Well, there are some areas that would be likely options for appraise. For example, Badrul Hisham's form is 7.22, and he still has some improvement here, in theory, but I'd rather not touch this. 7.22 is... If it's 7.5, they will accept it. On 7.2, it's really hard. Sometimes they don't accept the praise for the form. Alright. Tactically, we already talked about this, so this can stand, most likely. That said, we will do opposition instructions right after I took a bathroom break. Sorry to include a second longer break in a row, but that needs to be done. See you on the other side. Time to get this thing done. Here we are. So, let's have a look at the position instructions. Sorry, it took a little bit longer. Let's see. We have... Well, we'll start from the back, won't we? He's really bad at communicating. Anticipation is bad, positioning is bad. The rest of it is more or less fine. First touch is low. I would argue this goalkeeper, technically speaking, is a good goalkeeper, but his mentals are creative enough that we will probably find an opportunity to not give him a chance to use his good technique. So we might score after all. In particular also, creating chances against this team should be a little bit easier given the communication is really bad. He's a good jumper. He's moderately fast. He's a good crosser, he's a good passer. We'll show him to the weaker foot and hope for the best. I don't want to do much else here. Like, pressing him all the time is probably overdoing it. On the other hand, he is good enough as a passer and as a crosser that he needs to be closed down and to be marked sometimes. I'd rather not for them to play through him. He's an 8-point passer too. Also, I'll show him to the weaker foot too. A central defender with that amount of passing is really dangerous. In general. He's also, in his defensive roles, very capable. Composure is low. Bravery is a bit lackluster for a central defender. But overall, I think this is a great player. Gabriel Perez is slow. That's all I can think of. Same here. Passing is good. I really don't know how to deal with this. He also tries long-range passes, so he's particularly dangerous. But not sure. Kim Yun-do, well, at least he can't dribble. Strength is a bit low, bravery is a bit low. First touch is bad. He knocks the ball past the opponent and so on and so forth. I think actually pressing him might be an idea. He is the more attacking of a... No, I'm not sure. In this 4-4-2 he might not be that attacking after all. But triggering the press on him, what would that result in? Well, he does have low composure, he does have low first touch. His technique is 8, so that's okay-ish. But he's not a good dribbler either. Chances are he will knock the ball past the opponent, but he might knock it against the defender or something. So we trigger the press on him and hope that it works. Safari. Passing's 9. Same here. Good dribbler though. Does like to run with the ball. It's a winger. What else can I say? We do show them to the inside anyway. So we do that here too. His passing is worse than his crossing. So we got that going for us, which is nice. But otherwise, I think this is a good player overall. Don't want to put an emphasis on the tackling either way. So I would say same here, but this guy's really slow. The problem is this is a midfielder. And we know from last match that he scored a hat-trick. So if you believe in form, which by the way, I do not do much, like morale might have an impact, but otherwise form is more or less a statistical fragment to me. Well, that's hard. I do think we need to mark him out of the match. But that won't be possible all the time. To be fair, he is rather weak. Like, he's 1m92, but I don't know. He's shaped like this, basically. The problem is, he's rather good on the technical as well as on the mental side. He's all you can hope for if you want somebody to control the match. And he will decline in the next season, but we face him now. Telmo Castañera, even worse. Similar situation, 34 years old. We do need to mark him out of the match, but, well, in his case, the off-the-ball movement is bad enough that we stand a chance. In Krasniki's case, hard. Castanera also has a very weak foot. So we can show him to the inside a little bit here. And hope that he needs to play a possession pass from that. But with 14 points of passing and 13 points of vision, this is dangerous. The best we can hope for is that he's not motivated. That's sad. Unlikely. Kugan. Right-footed winger that might be shown to the left. So, to the outside actually. Contrary to how we play as a team. And I think dribbling's low, bravery's low, strength is low. This is as good as it gets in this situation, so we will tackle him hard. I do consider Badrul Hisham to be a reasonable tackler, don't I? 10. I mean, I guess it could be better, but yeah. Against him, he should stand a chance there. What's the strength comparison? Kugan is a 2. And Badrul Hisham is a whole 4. So, yeah. Easy. Khairudin. Do I want to show a striker of that quality to a foot? I guess I do. Show him to the left. So with both of the strikers, I don't know what to do, to be honest. Marking him tightly will not work. Both have good off-the-ball movement, both have good technical running skills. All fine. Any other ideas? Anything that comes to your collective minds? Oh. No, that's not much. Alright, let's have a talk. Ankun is, well, unsurprisingly, Ankun does not like the prospect of facing Krasniki. I hope it's pronounced Krasniki. Not sure. And I will probably resort to calling Elbug Chagtsel in the future just Elbug, because I cannot pronounce his last name. How do you do it? Chagtsel. Chagtsel? Is this the way it is? Strikers are really my #1 nemesis. Their names. I just remember Jorge Cesar. Looking forward for another Mahashir masterclass. Yeah, me too. That said, if the supporters do... Alright. It's a rivalry. It's at home. I expect a win. We are the underdogs though. No. We will pick off. We scored 5 goals last time. Well, one was scored, formally speaking, by the defender, so 4. But whatever. The last match finished 5-0. Just continue as you did. And I will cautiously encourage everyone, because this is a stronger opponent. It's a rivalry after all. So let's just do our best and see where it gets us. The good part is, we have the confidence now, we have the freedom of the state of mind. It doesn't really matter much to us. Well, it matters for the Champions League result, so whatever. If we make it to the Asian Champions League, then that would be highly confusing though. Alright, 30-second break and then we'll do the match. See you on the other side. Alright, let's go. Welcome to our match of Sarawak United against Sabah. Second grudge match in a row. This time though, it's at home. This time they need to deal with our stadium, with our supporters, and hopefully that helps a little bit. That said, maybe they brought a few people along, who knows. There's a whole 1,255 people in the stadium. In fact, that's not bad. And Baru intercepts the first ball. Is there still a floated cross situation going on? No, there isn't. In fact, I think we probably shouldn't float crosses at all. Then again, I'm not sure if we are better off with low crosses. Only facing one of the defenders. So, here's the first cross of the match. That goes behind, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Corner situation. 3 minutes into the match. That would be a good start too. I do appreciate scoring from corners, no problem. Just do it, Elbug. He was there. That'll go out. No, it won't. We'll get that. Well intercepted though. I mean, I guess this might have been a foul, not sure. What's going on? Elbug with the dribble. Mahazir. Oh, and Zakaria needs to get that ball. He doesn't. Kai Rudin with the best chance of the match. That was really, really close. Mazrin. Back to Mahazir. Mazrin with a cross. Baru doesn't really win the header. Diego. Well, he won't jump. That's another corner, isn't it? Yes, it is. I do appreciate the lack of shooting from all positions. They do try to get it into the middle of the penalty area, and Coogan was the one to charge down that shot. Otherwise, it would have hit the back of the net. So cleared off the line, actually. Not bad. Christopher Elbug. He just keeps going. Yes. Wow. That's goal number 11 in 10 matches now. If I have that correct at the top of my head. Yeah. A goal from a cross, by the way. These guys definitely are the better jumpers, so this is just superior positioning. And to be honest, it's not like we deserve this specifically. Elbug. Well, he scored from this position recently. Oof. You will resort to calling him Eribot now. Nobody closes down Abdullah. There, Mahazir does. And now it would be Badrul Hisham's job. Doesn't do it. And we suffer a goal. Oh, it was offside. I didn't see that. Where? Well, okay. True. True. We got lucky. So for now, all of this is okay. Krasniki is closed down immediately. Diego is not a natural goal scorer though. Baru, well, it's more Baru than Diego, that's for sure. That, though, is a really bad finish. Shall we demand more? Not really. Don't want to increase the pressure too much. Don't want to praise anyone. Well, maybe Elbug. Not bad. Baru with the free header at the far post. He should have done the better with that one. Kushing are in front against Selangor. You really seem to find traces of these players all around the internet. Did you ever consider doing something like this as a job? Ankun. Not bad. Diego. A long shot by Diego Baggio test. Second goal of the match. They are going down without a trace. That pass though. And Diego's shot. Wow. Masterfully executed. How much long shots does he have? His long shots attribute is 7 actually, so I'm the one to blame here. No complaints. Not bad. I thought it was 3 too. But apparently he's way better than I thought. At least with his long shots. So if there's nothing happening here, it's a foul. We will praise them. It's an appropriate reaction here. That can happen. Just keep it going. Everybody's excited. Now it's in though. This time it will count. Damn it. How did that happen? So Fakrula is it? I guess it is. Doesn't win the header here. Is it Fakrula? Not sure. No, Fakrula's up front here. But we should have defended this back here. Fakrula's here, trying to defend against Abdullah. Ah, interesting. So it actually is a Mongolian player. Would be interesting to know how this works from Chinese perspective. Like, if they separate. I don't know, if there's somebody, say, from Tibet, as an extreme example. Oh, Christopher. Is this something that would get mentioned? Or get mentioned in this situation? Because, well, on one hand, they say there's just one China. On the other hand, I mean, I guess regional differences exist, right? China's a big place after all. That's offside, isn't it? Yeah, sadly. Ways offside then. So there's still a 1-goal lead. Also, they fouled Elbug Chagtsel. What's this? With the elbow. Give him a red. It's red! Wow! So... And now Elbug Chagtsel is hurt. What's happening here? He's anxious because he was kicked. Well... Yeah, but Kazakhstan is a known country. Alright. Well... They certainly aren't in Hearts of Iron. But then again, what do I know? So, they are down to 10 men. We will just continue to play like this, won't we? Try to wrap it up. True, yeah, true. But, so, his nationality might be wrong anyway. Do we demand more now, given that they are 1 man down? That's a weird pass. Mazrin. It would be interesting to know where they are missing a man, by the way. Elbug. Not bad. Baru. Going straight through the middle. Ankun. Good save by the goalkeeper. Let's have a look at this. They play a 4-3... 4-3-2. So... we do play down the wing all of a sudden? I don't think so. We will keep it like this. We have one man superiority. We should be fine. Going straight through the middle anyway. Christopher Mahazir. Not much happened there. Not a free kick. They seem to tackle really hard a lot. And Elbug has a lot of free kicks. Didn't hit the goal though. I don't know what to say in the second half. Ankun, Baru, still Baru, Badrul Hisham, and Malvin. Well, I do not expect a creative pass now. He's on the wrong wing. Zakaria. Mahazir again. Mazrin, he's on the correct wing. It's not the right wing though, it's the left one. Christopher, I'm funny, I know. There's Badrul Hisham. Baru. Badrul Hisham skips past his man. Elbug, it's another corner. Go guys. We did score after the first one, so why not now? Funnily enough, we do not dominate this match in terms of possession. Alright. First half is done. They had the better chances. They did get back at us. They are also one man down. And we still are in the lead. 2-1. Any ideas how to deal with this in the future? So for the second half, everybody needs to be concentrated, I think. They are a man down, but don't let your performance levels drop. He's stressed now. Same as Diego. You did play well. Now he's calm. Okay, that's better. And we'll praise him too. He's motivated now. I see. So he's Chinese. Well, they don't believe in places like Mongolia. Chinese politics are weird. I don't even want to comment on any of that. It's just the effect it has on Football Manager. Well. So, what can we do here? First of all, we'll praise him, I think. That works. At least a little bit. And there's some players here that don't really do what they could, right? In particular, Chinsi Asum, Badrul Hisham, everybody without, for FM, I think I had for a previous installment, not for this one. So I could change the name or something. Nah. But, why would I do that? Peace. It's fine as it is. Let's forget about it. Doesn't matter much. I will actually tell everybody with a 6.8 and below too. Now you need to do better. Okay, everybody's fired up. Shane Thomas Baru and Christopher 6.9 and 7.1. Nah. I'm okay with this. Nobody's hurt just yet, other than Elbug Chagtsel suffering the end of an elbow. But luckily that was got him a red card as a reward. Whom did they take off, by the way? Who's missing? I have no idea. Krasniki's still there, Castanera's still there, so I guess... Was it the winger that went off? Might have been the winger. That's the one that we tackled hard, so yeah. Didn't really expect that. Christopher. Still Christopher. And he loses the ball to Coogan. Yellow for Abdullah. Okay. Diego. Christopher. Good pass. Elbug. Can he turn? Sure he can! Doesn't hit the goal though. There's a short distribution going on here. I'm not sure if I want to risk it. But yeah, I do. I think I do. In fact, I want to risk even more. So the best kind of defense I can think of here is we press them really hard, high up on the pitch. Because their defensive players are rather good passers. If we let them have the opportunity, not sure if we want to go there. So we press them in defense, basically. Which means I will keep this. In fact, I might go defensive. I will keep all of that, but out of position, we will not do a mid block. We will push up. And before you go like, well, Chris, what the hell are you doing? Might even get stuck in. They have a red card. We don't. So we try to press them really high. Because we also know that they don't like having players within their own half that how do I phrase this? In the 4-4-2 we realized that there are discrepancies in how they should defend and how they did defend. I guess that's alright, Mahazir. Well done. And obviously the faster players are dangerous. No doubt about that. Christopher then ends up with Kyrudin. Is it offside? Doesn't seem to be. Gabriel Perez. And this time it's offside. Alright. Not sure about feedback for the players just yet. Do I want to praise them in this situation? It's only one goal. Elbug. Will there be a nice pass? I guess Mazrin. Elbug. So many chances for the good guy. Asman, longer distribution this time. Gabriel Perez. That shouldn't be a problem. Alright. Mahazir. Mazrin finds Diego. Diego's penetrating pass towards Elbug Chagtsel. That was intercepted. Ankundo. It's a bunch of headers, because why not? Baru is way out on the wing now. Badrul Hisham with a cross that'll end up with the corner. Well intercepted. Christopher. Could you guys please, I don't know, take another step maybe sometimes. Don't take the shot all the time. 60-something minutes. They didn't have a single chance so far. The problem is it's only one goal. Any ideas about replacements? Ball controlled. Ankun. Elbug. He's definitely one to lay off passes in midfield too. Mazrin. That would have been a wonderful day for Mazrin to score on his weaker foot. Didn't happen though. Diego on the yellow now. So we did tell them to get stuck in. This is what happens. Let's see, who can be replaced? So Elbug didn't have his hat-trick just yet. That's not enough. So I guess we keep him on. In midfield... Oh, we did leave Valal, whatever his name is at home. So I do think Amat for Diego is reasonable. I also always need to do this. Take more passing risks, shoot less often, dribble less often, ease of tackles a little bit. All of that, that should be fine. Anyone else, given that we now have a break? I mean, Mahazir doesn't exactly have an impressive match. Then again, I'd rather have Mahazir on the pitch than Carrier, so we'll leave that. Same with Amat, really. We could try to sub off somebody in midfield, maybe. Again, McManamy for Ankun, for example, but Ankun has a decent match. Get out there. Play that one penetrating pass for Elbug and then we'll be fine. Elbug's still running, that's interesting, or not. The corner. They did bring off Krasniki. That can only be better for us, can't it? D-Ball. So who's D-Ball? Bruno D-Ball is... That's not better. That's dangerous. So we'll try to mark him tightly too. I don't know if it will work. Problem with Elbug now is he's tired. Usually at this point in the match it's probably decided. So we will need to find somebody that can do his position. That's sad. Oh, nothing came of that corner. Zakaria, have to butt roll his shot. Elbug... Christopher? Christopher knocks the ball back and Amat doesn't hit the goal. From that position you should. So Amat could also play as a striker, in theory. That or we bring somebody else on. Anyone. Who's able to do that though? Diego's off the pitch. He for sure isn't. The two wingers, well... Might as well play them in their respective roles, right? I think I'll try McManamy actually. For Elbug here. I do not expect much from him. He is a decent jumper though, and he has a good long shot. So he got that going for him. Otherwise, there's a few other players that are somewhat tired now. I think Kamarudin for Mazrin is an idea. It's not like Mazrin's not playing well. But he needs some sharpness. Maybe Harsey too for Christopher. Nah, I'd rather keep Christopher on. Carlos da Costa Lima on the other hand. For Baru. Maybe that. So then we still have one player that can be subbed on. Bunch of youngsters coming on against our rivals. Hopefully we get the 3 points here. They now pour forward with regularity. Okay. Amat, McManamy. Amat. Dribbles down the right wing. There's the cross. It's another corner. McManamy doesn't like his position. Yeah, sure. Of course he doesn't. Then again, Diego didn't like his position for like half a year, and we played him as a striker. That worked too. So Christopher will take the corner. I will also start all of the time wasting and stuff here. It's 12 minutes to go. I still want that third goal, but whatever. Second attempt maybe for Christopher. Decent pass. Amat Kamarudin. It was A really nice passing combination. Sadly, Kamarudin doesn't know how to hit the ball to put it in the back of the net. That certainly would have been offside if he ran for it. I want to encourage the team, but on the other hand, they had 3 chances overall. So, what for? Ahmad, Christopher, McManamy, nice pass, Ankun, Ahmad, down the left, Christopher, it's behind. Ah, not bad. Was offside, alright. Still, the combination overall was fine. Don't... You gotta be kidding me. This can't be true. We'll go attacking. So many opportunities. And now it comes back to bite us. Both of these goals, by the way, were scored after a fluke like this. How unlucky can you be? Now Elbug's no longer on the pitch and, well... Why would we waste time? We want to win this match. Ahmad, McManamy, Christopher. He's tired probably, Ahmad isn't. It seems. I don't even know if this was a shot. Kamarudin, Ankun. This is a shot though! There we are! Third goal of the match, Norman Ankun. I might just reconsider giving him another contract for another year. If he continues to do these things. It was a cross or something. That just hit the man. And Ankun's long shot hit Sig Altman. Well, not really, but he was caught out of position. But I'm quite happy with this. Shall we continue going attacking? Sure, no we won't. Let's start defensive and all of the time wasting again. Three minutes. Kamarudin, second attempt maybe? Not bad. Kugin's on a yellow now, who cares? We will bring on Faisal Ahmad for Mahazir. A few seconds are better than nothing. Try to see the result through. Kamarudin with a free kick. Bakrula doesn't get his head to the ball. Not in the first attempt and not in the second. There's so many people around there. Just hit him. Or don't. That's dangerous down the left there. Didn't pick the pass though. Castanera caught the defender out of position. And luckily Chinsiusum doesn't need to deal with it. We were really lucky there. I shouldn't have put on Faisal Ahmad. Then again, I think this was still Mahazir's job. Alright. Time's over. Or at least it should be. We're done. Stop the count. We did concede 2 fluke goals though. Bakrula. Kamarudin, Christopher. Is it offside? Yes, it is. Still, that should be the end of the match. We will praise them, not that it matters much. At least it shouldn't. They're happy with it. Maybe I should have tried attacking football earlier. On the other hand, we did have chances. So I might as well have looked like a genius going defensive and still scoring. Alright. So this didn't help our goal difference much, but on the other hand, we have the bragging rights now in both of these grudge matches. We did win against Sabah. That's the most important part, I think. So I'm happy with this. Everybody else should be. They are also somewhat weakened given that they got a red card. Well, we will play better next time. I think we took off Maharsir though due to bad performance, so I will tell him in front of everyone. He agrees. And those 6.4 here is not good either. Everybody else, just fine. In particular, Norman Ankun. Let's praise him. Alright. There's that. So, none of this is very interesting. What's interesting though is we are still #1 in the league. Selangor are on our heels, Sabah 3rd, and we are, well, on our way to the Asian Champions League actually. Quite contrary to expectations at the start of the season. Also, Elbug Chagtsel continued his goal scoring spell. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. And next time out, we will face an inferior opponent in the cup. So hopefully we can get that done too. Anyway, see you in episode 64. Bye.